Tactical Command. We are inbound on final approach. Say again, inbound on final.
Welcome to the New York State Police exhibit. If I can, I would like to draw your attention to the man standing on the roof in the center of the tower. He is our host for this show. South Central's team leader, Sergeant Eric Ozzy Osborne.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 13th and final day of the great New York State Fair. Awesome energy. Let's keep that going. Appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us. Especially appreciate those of you that sat through that K-9 demonstration for no other purpose than to secure prime seats for this. Best show at the fair, guaranteed not to give you fleas. We are SORT. SORT is the tactical element for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those operations you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. High-risk felony warrants, drug raids, barricaded subjects, hostage situations, dignitary protection. However, we also perform some tasks you wouldn't necessarily associate with a SWAT team, such as search and rescue to include high-angle rappelling and rope rescue, which is what we're going to demonstrate here today. Our team was formed all the way back in 1979 in anticipation for the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid. They took a bunch of firearms instructors, most of whom were veterans, and they were trained by the FBI in counterterrorism tactics. They were called the Mobile Response Team, and they had 3 teams across the state. Since then, our team has undergone several evolutions. In 2008, we changed our name to the Special Operations Response Team, added 2 teams, and became a full-time detail. Our guys no longer work the road. Each one of those 5 regional teams is responsible for maintaining their own equipment, all the way from the large pieces like that Letco Bearcat, the big armored vehicle over there in the grass, all the way down to our individual climbing harnesses. On the front of each guy's harness, you're going to see a piece of equipment. This is called our Figure 8. It's our descent device. The rope is fed through this. That top hand on the rope is just a guide hand, keeps us upright. This one back here by our hip, that's the moneymaker, that's our brake hand. As we move that hand away from our hip, it allows the rope to freely flow through that device. That's when we let gravity do its job, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Put it back towards our hip, puts friction on the device, slows, and eventually stops us. But telling you is one thing, showing you is something different. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. Up on the left side of the tower, Trooper Matt Mazer! Safe. On the right side of the tower, you've got Trooper Paul Schumann! Silky. Down here on the ropes, you've got North Central's assistant team leader, Sergeant Ryan Ordway! And up in that tower, spinning our beats, fresh off his European tour where he played clubs from Milan to Minsk. It's a big week for him. He became a grandpa. He's retired. It's his very last state fair. Give it up for Trooper Ryan DJ Jazzy Pelosi! And up on the left side of the tower, you've got Trooper. You going first? He's going first. Trooper Brandon Strider. And on the right side, last but certainly not least, Trooper Chris Swinton. Chris. What's going on, bud? Him? All right, he just bailed out on me. All right, folks. You're gonna see, like I said before, we've got a,
Hey, Ozzy!
yeah. What?
The new guy!
Who's the new guy? Oh, Matt. All right, there we go. All right, folks, they threw me off a little bit. They threw me an audible, and I wasn't ready for it. But if you look up here, we've got Matt, the Laser Mazer. Matt's going to do us all a favor. Like I said before, as we come down, we go ahead and use that brake hand to feather our landing, either on the tower or on the ground. However, as the state fair progresses, our guys like to entertain ourselves up there. So we're going to go ahead and move that hand maybe a little further from our hip than we should. Open it maybe a little wider than we should, and really let her eat. However, over the course of the last 13 days, these ropes have developed a lot of loops and twists. If you got that hand open a little too far, and one of those ropes hits your hands, one of those loops hits that palm, it could pop that rope out of your hand. You lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? We lose our brakes up here, that's a bad day on the ropes. But that's what brings me to Ryan here. Ryan's not trying to be rude or antisocial. He's not trying to showcase his well-defined lats and traps. I'm gonna hit the infirmary, get you a Band-Aid, brother, because you are cut. Maybe I won't keep it next year. As our senior guy and ropes guru, he has the oh-so-important yet not at all glamorous job of rope safety or belayment. If one of these guys loses their brake hand on the way down, Ryan's gonna pull on that rope, putting friction on the rate, slowing and hopefully stopping them. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So Matt's gonna do us all a favor. He's gonna take a couple steps back, he's gonna get a running start, and he's gonna throw himself off of that roof with no hands on the rope. He's gonna flying squirrel it, hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second until at the very last moment. Sergeant Ordway, if he is physically able and so inclined, will use his raw power and cat-like reflexes to engage a blade, stopping Matt mere moments from certain death or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only gonna need the edge. This part's gonna be awesome. Matt, are you ready? We're good? All right, fire it up, man. I think we're good. We got a belay. I think everyone's set. 3, 2, 1. What's the matter, Matt?
Can you at least hold the rope?
Uh-oh. Ryan, what are you doing? Watching. You're supposed to be an active participant here, brother. It's the last day. Everyone's phoning it in. Not the heat, it's the humidity. It's beating everybody up. Hold on just a second, folks. Hi, sweetheart, how are you? What's your name? What is it? Raylan. That's a lovely name. All right, Raylan, did he tell you what to do? He give you any instructions whatsoever? No, that's all right. No problem. I'm going to give you the advanced course. You've already got step 1 down, okay? Step 1's holding the rope. Step 2 is when Matt jumps, just pull on the rope, okay? You got it, Raylan. Just pull on the rope when he jumps, okay? The first bounce, second bounce, it doesn't matter. At some point, pull on the rope. Everybody stops falling eventually anyway. What do you think, Matt? You ready? Oh, you heard that? Just earmuff it for me, okay, brother? Grown-ups are talking. So just throw yourself off and let's get on with it. We got to wrap this up. We got 2 more shows today. No, it doesn't sound like it's going to go well. I'm sorry, folks. I know dead air is just awful for entertainment. Let me have a sidebar conversation. My colleague, hey Ryan, betwixt you and me, I don't really care how this goes. It's the last day. We got a lot more guys. He hasn't even been doing the jump. He's going to mess it up anyway. It's no big deal, correct? But if he burns in and Raylan's holding onto the rope, and you're not, we're not coming back to the state fair next year. Yeah, no more fried dough, no more Tully's tenders. Expect to crack houses and meth labs, bro. He's off. All right, so Ryan's found some internal motivation to go ahead and do his job. Raylan's going to back him up, so she's got him covered. What do you say, brother? You got 2 now. 2 is 1. You're good, right? Folks, let's give Matt a little encouragement, all right? I'll be counting down from 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Almost touched. Nice job. Outstanding. Try to get him a little closer every show. He might not make it through Labor Day. And really for helping us out and making sure our guy doesn't burn in. Here's one state trooper bear. You are certainly welcome. Courtesy of the NYST tent right over there. Also have shirts available for him. Let's hear it for our belay. She nailed it. As you saw by the end of that, it's real easy to end up in a precarious position up there. Gravity does not take an instant off. But if you end up spun up or in a bad position, as long as you keep your head, as long as you keep your cool, and most importantly, as long as you keep your brake hand, you're going to be okay. So if you look all the way up top, in a minute, we're going to have Matt and Cole working their way down. Matt's getting a little cardio today. Quick run up. Alright, so we saw Matt and Cole come down to that same standard cedar grip propellant that everyone else has been using. However, at this point they're going to go transition that brake hand from their right to their left. This is going to allow our guys to go ahead and invert. So now even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first. It is beautifully manicured turf. This is what we call the commando crawl. It allows our guys to see where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts. Once they've gone far enough, so you know they feel they need to see, then you go ahead and revert. Reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Complete with a superhero landing, ladies and gentlemen, the inverts. As a side note, we did recruit these guys to the team directly from a synchronized swimming academy. See, all those hours in the pool have really paid off, and they forged quite the bond. That is not synchronized. Folks, you're going to pick up on an overarching or reoccurring theme out here, and that's safety. We're dealing with heights, we're dealing with extreme angles, we're dealing with hard, sharp edges. It is inherently dangerous. If somebody is rappelling or rock climbing, or even hiking, they could end up stranded in a position where they can go neither up nor down. We have to have the means to be able to get to those people. Ladders aren't necessarily going to reach high enough. Helicopters can be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors, if you know what I'm saying. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Brandon, who's going to start our demonstration. Say Brandon's working his way down a sheer cliff face in Adirondack Park, or perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets himself to a spot he wants to be for a minute. He's going to take that rope, wrap it around his knee. Not once, not twice, but thrice. It's called the tie-off. Once Brandon's tied off, he can go hands-free. He can invert. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can get his cell phone out, snap a selfie, post it to his MySpace page. Anybody else still run a MySpace? Let me explain my traffic. It's you and me, brother. But say a rock kicks loose and hits him in the head. Or perhaps a very isolated storm. So he didn't catch one in the head, but he's got that protective helmet. At this point, I'm gonna need some kids to step up and help me out. Can some kids help me out with some rocks? Come on forward. You see that rope that's there for your safety? Ignore it. Walk right past that and you'll be just fine. All right, come on out, guys. Absolutely. Come on. There's no real... Yep, just grab yourself a water balloon. Outstanding. You're going to close with and destroy, okay? You want to knock them unconscious. We got some left. Anybody else want some? Come on out, guys. We got some more. We're going to run out eventually, but I think we got like 14 or 15. Get nice and close, guys. I'm 50-50 with this knot. I feel pretty good with it. Get closer. Get closer. Let them have it. Oh, that sounded successful. More, yes! Barrages. And the coup de grace. Nice job. Oh, all right, folks. Let's hear it for our rocks. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Thanks, guys. Hey, Ryan, next year, lawn darts. A lot more accurate. Cleanup's not as fun. Sorry, bro. Sorry. But, so now Brandon's been knocked unconscious, or at least stunned. We can't leave him up there. We got a lot of time and money invested in his training, and he owes me some pizza free. Last day I could cash that in. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Chris. Chris is a big salmon. He's going to come down his line. He's going to latch hands on Brandon, and he's going to hopefully bring them both down to safety. Come on down, Chris.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Oh,
No matter
okay.
how I'm trying to.
Choose our own music out. Here's a bold choice for Chris. Obviously comfortable in his own skin.
You're not there for a good chance.
What's the matter, brother? You're not coming down to this. Is this not your musical selection?
Absolutely not. This is your mix.
This is my mix, but I thought it fit the mood. What do you need, brother?
Anything else?
DJ DeRoche, our tactical diva's not coming down to this. He needs anything else. He's got you. Chris is high maintenance, but he goes through doors like wet tissue paper, so we keep him around. Okay. He's got some soul. Let's see how he feels. He's feeling it. Sorry about that. Some things you can't unsee. I almost grabbed for some seizure medicine. I didn't know what was happening. As he L's out, you're going to notice he's got a different piece of equipment on the front of his harness. He's not running an 8 anymore. He's running what's called a brake bar rack. That's going to allow Chris to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Brandon. Before Chris gets to work, he's got to perform a tie-off, lest he fall to the ground and become yet another victim. Once he ties off, he reaches for that blue strap on his left side. It's a pick-off strap designed specifically for rope rescue. He'll use a partial inversion and his impressive wingspan, thank you, Vanna, to hook into Brandon's harness. Once he's hooked and locked in, Chris will use that strap and his bulging biceps. He somehow shoehorns into a medium t-shirt. Large? Not in the men's section. You know how Brandon instinctively reaches for Chris's hips and legs. We're a very close-knit team. At this point, we ask no photos be taken. Thank you. You see Brandon's line's got slack and he's actually been removed all the way from it. Now Chris will undo his tie-off and hopefully lower them both safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it in record time, ladies and gentlemen, the pickoff. All right, we've gone over basic rappelling. We've showed you the safety measures we have in place. We've gone over a very small percentage of the rescue work that we are capable of. However, there is also a tactical application to the rappelling we're demonstrating here today. Say, for example, if they're a bad guy creeping around these fairgrounds. He snatches up a kid, runs up into that building, and barricades the door shut. Horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. He's got that door barricaded shut, and he feels real confident we're not going to be able to breach it. Unfortunately for that bad guy, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need coming through the door. We come in through the window. But before we do, we count on all other partners in division. The men and the women that you see on these fairgrounds in the gray uniforms with the Stetsons, those are the road troopers. That is the most important and dangerous job in division. They are the first responders showing up to these chaotic scenes, locking them down, getting people to safety. After that, they call in their supervisors, investigators, negotiators, and all of our partners in special operations, to include aviation and our brothers and sisters in the K-9 section. We poke fun back and forth quite a bit, but when it's game time, we cooperate, use teamwork, and accomplish the mission. If you look all the way up top, we've got Matt, who's ready to run the recon. Matt's careful and very gently on that roof so as not to notify anybody of his presence. He'll transition brake hands and invert in that commando crawl. He's going to get eyes in each window, seeing if he can locate the hostage and hostage taker. Oh, my goodness, that is not our target, Matt. Not our target. I don't know what it is, but it is aggressive and amorous. It's grabbing. Oh, no. Swipe left, Matt. Get out of there, brother. We have the Employee Assistance Program on speed dial for that. Now that he's out of the real danger, he's got eyes on that lower window. He's confirming that he does see the hostage taker and the hostage. Now he reaches up for that canister on his right hip. That is a noise flash diversion device commonly referred to as a flashbang. That's going to emit a bright light and loud noise that distracts and disorients the suspect while we seize the initiative. Looks like Matt's ready with the bang, and it looks like we're ready for Cole to effect the rescue. Cole's in the window. Oh, the bad guy comes in, he's got a knife. Cole disarms him, the people's elbow. Now they're going to ground. Uh-oh, into a... Oh, he's trying to get away. This is an extended version. Oh, down he goes. Ladies, and the coup de grace, the flying knee drop. He's okay. He's all right. Folks, let's hear it for Cole, our still undefeated champion against inanimate objects. That's great, Cole. How's Timmy doing, though? Timmy, the kid. The kid, the whole reason you rappelled down, you're supposed to save the kid. There he is. Timmy's okay. All right. Well, another save for Cole. Let's hear it for him. He's a real hero. Just ask him. Folks, hopefully you had a good time out here with us today. Hopefully you can tell we have a good time out here. We love working on this awesome tower, interacting with you good people. State Fair represents a real nice break for us. However, at the end of the day, it is a serious business we're involved in. If you look along that roof line, we've got 4 sets of numbers. Those are the shield numbers for Michael Strike, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York. And we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause this afternoon. You folks have been great. We really appreciate you sticking through the heat, hanging with us. Feel free to come forward after the show. We'll answer questions. Got stickers for the kids. We'll pose for pictures. Tasteful, of course. We've got the museum and the interactive displays, which are both very interesting and air-conditioned, and the NYST and Trooper Foundation for all your state police swag. Thanks again for coming out, folks. Enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.